Aztec, you idiot. Stop it. God fucking damn it, dude. Jesus, okay, I'm here. Stop it. Oh. Good lord. You cried. I'm so sorry, Yummy. Are you insane, Aztec? Jesus Christ. You have to take it easy. Forcing me to start early like this. Incredible. Unbelievable. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the show. I hope you're all having an amazing day. Shut the fuck up, Aztec. You're just fucking annoying, little shit. Yeah. Wait, what would I know better than most? What's wrong with you? Or... Because I have no fucking clue. Anyways, hello everyone. I hope you're all having a fantastic Monday. Today we're going to be continuing our Citizen Sleeper playthrough because, yeah, it's just such an amazing game. Oh goodness, I haven't published these VODs. I'm gonna quickly do that. Okay, turn off the auto publisher. Sorry. Export. There we go. Alright. Alrighty. Hello, Yamineko. True, I am that if I was saying. What? Hello, Lurker. Welcome back. Oh, goodness. What is everyone up to today? Except for being here, keeping me company. Keeping little old me company. Doing the ADHD anxious thing of procrastinating until it's a problem and not sleeping. Oh, that thing. Yeah, I know that thing. It's fucking horrible. It's horrendous. Running around different parks, so we'll be lurking. Thank you so much for being here, Prune. I hope that running around goes well. Let's see. Actually, music, go away. We're gonna just jump in here because the game sounds better, I think. We're on cycle 50 already. Oh, goodness. Okay, so what is about to happen is we're gonna get a visit from this guy, this bounty hunter. It's like 3 hours of driving throughout the day. Oh, that's not too bad, is it? I don't know. We just woke up, it seems. Were we doing anything? I can't really remember if we were doing something specific. 100 of those. 100. And what are those? Gyro caps. Emphasis stall. Guess we can go for some fungus. There we go. Prepared unit. Hey, it's our unit. And we can feed the cat. There we go. Minji Express. Right, we can earn money and energy from that. From here we can earn cryo. do we have? Haven Age data. You want Haven Age data, so we need one more. Let's quickly do that. So 1 or 2, it's a 2. Perfect. Give me that. Have we figured out how to romance Eji? I don't think so. Let's see, there we go. Oh, I got 2 from that. Nice. I can sell the other one then. Wait, what? Huh? Where'd I get the ship mine from? It just handed me a ship mine? Okay. Fine. Fuck yeah. Let's go, Ankita. Damn. Damn. Let's see. And then we have Rabia's office. I think maybe doing this could be good. Oh, snooze that. There we go. Then positive. Okay. Did something happen? I heard a thing. No? Okay. And we can sell this. I don't know how much it is. Like 10 cryo? Yeah. It's not too bad, I guess. It's not like super much, but something. Let's see, there was something here. Right. Harvest mushrooms. Random rare mushroom. Sure. 2 random mushroom. 2 jarrow caps. Great, thanks. That's super nice. I was hoping for something else. Oh. Upgrade. 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 Wait, we can't upgrade anything. Shit. Okay, let's go to Ankita. You drop the ship mine core onto the galley table with an emphatic bang. Ankita spins around from where she's been poring over some documents on her slate. Holy shit, Sleeper. Did you actually land a ship mine? She rushes over and hefts the huge cylinder, turning it back and forth. Well, shit. It might actually work. She smiles wider than you've ever seen. Where did you get it? Trade secrets? Keep your secrets. As long as I have a ship mine, I'm happy. Ankita bangs on the galley wall. Hear that, Amber? The Sleeper got you a new ship mine. The sound echoes down the ship's passages. You have to admit, being in a small space with Ankita when she's this excited is a little intimidating. Oh my. Ankita puts the ship mine back on the table. I'll start the process of fitting it as soon as I can. I might need your help with some of it. She heads back towards the counter to grab the slate. This isn't the only good news today either. Looks like my good karma is finally coming in. She throws the slate onto the table and spins it so you can see the screen. Take a look at this. You see a list of names and numbers. Nothing that exciting, along with what looks like a transit timetable. I found them. The thieves? Exactly. Well, the thief, singular. She points at a name on the list. or more specifically, Ashton Cady. It was his past that was used to access Amber and slice the ship mine. I thought he might have been killed or robbed. His past stolen, but it turns out he crossed the Founder's Gap the very next cycle. How do you know? I know some of the crew over at the ferry, old mercs, used to run in an outfit I worked with. I saw them in the Overlook and they mentioned they saw Ashton crossing. Checked the manifests and there he was. Looks suspicious. He hasn't said a word since the theft, and anyone wanting to hide out might head to the Greenway and go to ground. She flexes. He won't get that far though. There's no real dogs out there, only a couple of Jessies in the wastes. Going after him? Not yet. First I want to fit the ship mind. Fit the ship mind, Jesus Christ. She pauses. But maybe you could help me out. Sure, how? It's like this. I head over there, especially in Amber. He'll spot me a mile off and go underground. He'll find a way to slip the station and he'll bury himself so deep in the wastes no one will ever find him. But you, Ashton doesn't know you. All I need is for you to go there and sniff around. Not to the commune, not to the stacks. He will have gone to the edges, the margins, the wild places. That's where Ashton likes. You see him, you locate him, pay me on this. She hands you a calm earpiece. Seeing as this is a merc work, I'll be happy to give you merc pay. She shifts in her seat. The thing is, I haven't got much left. So how about I tell the boys who run the ferry to give you a discount? I know it's not much, but once I grab this coward, I'll pay you. 200 cryo, nothing less. What do you say? Okay. She gives you a heavy whack on the shoulder. Good. I owe you. She lifts the ship mind up onto her shoulder with worrying ease. I'm going to go get this fitted into Amber's core. You get any info, any sense of where Ashton is hiding, let me know. She goes to turn and then stops. And once again, Sleeper, thank you. I appreciate it. And Kira stomps off into the guts of Amber with the ship mind, leaving you in the galley. You glance around, a sudden nervous energy descending at what is to come. You never thought you'd get work as a mercenary. But then again, it seems the eye is full of surprises. Hell yeah. Alright. Guess we better turn in then and end the cycle. Oh, just as we get an ad break. Fucking sweet. Let's just give the cat some food and then wait for the ad watchers to come back, I'd say. I love Ankira. She's so fucking badass looking. Oh, right. We can now speak to Feng again, I think. Yeah, have a look at that. We'll speak to Feng first, I think. Just in case. Also, I hope you all are enjoying this. I am having a blast with this game. It's so cozy, I think. So cozy and interesting, intriguing. It's like everything I want from a game. It's just fantastic. And I hope you're enjoying this playthrough that we're doing. Let's see. Oh. Yeah, cozy. Welcome back, ad watchers. Hope it wasn't too disrupting. We're gonna go talk to Feng. Feng grins at you as the bay door slides open. Above, in the rest of the building, people are busy, frightened. They speak in hushed tones and organize endless meetings after endless meeting. Haven Age have avoided a full-blown crisis for now, but change is coming. Feng is in good spirits and bundles you inside before you even have the chance to greet him. I was the slickest operation this station has seen. He hugs you firmly. You made my job easy. He shakes you by the shoulders. I'm so proud. And, he smiles, I got to watch through the cameras as the Haven Age security that weren't in on it assaulted the station. Fang smiled. One of them straight up just whacked Hardin with their pistol. It was beautiful. They have him? He's being held, yeah. He looks around. I think the idea is to use them as leverage with Conway, get them to back off. Maybe they'll exile him when they're done, or hand him over to some core authority. Fang shrugs. Now I know he won't be an issue. I'm going to be focusing on systems for a bit. He shakes his head. Seeing as that's my actual job. He points to the ceiling. The people upstairs weren't so happy though. They've been fielding questions about the state of the eye right and left since the recording got out. People are scared. I'm not surprised. Yeah, this whole thing hasn't won me many fans in the administration. But I think in the end they'll agree that outing Harding was worth it. Whatever the methods. He touches a stack of hardware. The eye is old, and it was never meant to run like this. The master control points that Erlin and Haven Age installed, they keep it spinning from the rim. That isn't ideal. But if you're asking me if the eye will stop spinning next cycle, no. He smiles. And me and a ton of other skilled people will be working to stop it happening in the cycle after that. Hardin's problem was that he didn't believe in people. He believed in systems and their ability to shape the world around them. Feng squeezes your shoulder. But as far as I'm concerned, people should be the ones running the systems, not the other way around. Anyway, Feng raps on the side of his terminal. I know you didn't come down here for a lecture. My tracker. I haven't forgotten. He produces a thumbnail drive. I managed to finish that code solution I showed you. It's a modified Ripper worm, one made to deactivate that tracker of yours. But in the time since I got back, I added something extra. That tracker of yours doesn't just show as an up where you are, it transmits data about the state of your body, your current condition. My worm won't just deactivate it, it'll edit that data to tell SNUP your body is irreparably damaged. DNR, do not retrieve. He grins widely. Pretty smart, right? That's perfect. Just slot it already. You take the drive and hold it in your hand. Then you close your eyes and open up your access ports. Take down your defenses. The worm immediately enters your closed network. It whips through it, taking things with it as it goes. The moment they are gone, you forget they were ever there. The moment they are gone, you forget they were ever there. They just blink out of existence. A second later, it is done. You open your eyes. How do you feel? Asks Feng a little nervously. Free. Feng smiles widely. Well, you are free, sleeper. He claps you on the shoulder. Feng lets the word free hang in the air a little before he continues. Seems like it might be finally time for a celebration. Feng wraps his arm around you. Jenna still owes us those drinks. He laughs, and you join him. And later, when you leave, you feel deeply thankful for having such a friend. As you walk away from the building, you look up at the wide curve of the eye, up at the hub and the other rim beyond it. The whole thing twinkles with lights, and it seems impossible to see it as anything other than breathtakingly beautiful. It feels, in that moment, like something eternal. That doesn't mean it can, or even should, last forever, or that it will never change, fade, or decay. It simply means that in this moment, this place has a future, and it is one that you know, deeply and truly, is worth protecting. Aww. That made me emotional. That was so sweet. Oh my god. That's so sweet. I love that whole sequence. Oh. Okay. Oh, Dev, thank you so much for 24 months. Let's remember Kim that have been forgotten. May he one day be remembered. Oh wait, he's right there. Welcome back, Dev. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Thank you so much for 2 years. That's insane. Hard to kill. Keep 2 dice here when condition is breaking. Reroll all your dice once per cycle. Or scrap components. Use scrap components to repair condition. I think this one could be good. Let's see. What should we do now? Ethan. Right, Ethan. Oh, that's a thing too. Alright, Ethan, what do you have to say? The compressor is almost empty when you enter. A couple of scattered patrons in the booths and a lone bartender. The bartender recognizes you immediately when you arrive and nods, and you return the greeting. You know already that you won't find Ethan here, but you had to be sure. With your tracker reporting you dead, he wouldn't have stuck around. You look at the empty stool, his empty stool, and you smile. You can imagine him on it when his slate chirps, letting him know that the target he was tracking is dead. You can imagine the screaming and the swearing too. Is that all you were to Ethan? Another target? Was there something else going on? It seems like a foolish question to ask now, when he has fled the station, but it bothers you anyway. Take one last look and walk out. You doubt you will ever come back to this place or the memories it holds. You walk back out into the lights of the bright market, and allow yourself a smile. So this is what Feng meant when he said you were free. You could get used to this. Thank you for having me for 2 years. Of course, sweetie. Thank you for being here for 2 years. That's incredible. Let me see. Wild margins. Look for tracks and search for signals. Let's see. Okay, can search for signals a couple times. And we'll get it immediately, it seems. There we go. The trail ahead extends deep into the overgrown section of the greenway. At this far end of the ring, where the long, lacy curve of the greenway becomes the shattered landscape of the wastes, things are oddly quiet. Ahead stands a vast farm stack. Ahead stands a vast farm stack, broken from its axis by rust or force, and lying amongst the overgrown landscape like an ancient temple. It is stained with moss and algae, flows of green running out from its broken tanks like a frozen, brackish tide. This is where Ashton is hiding, you are pretty sure. All your intuition points to the shadows beneath this collapsed superstructure. You roll the comm headset Ankita gave you in your palm. Call Ankita. You slip the headset into your ear and it fizzes with static. After a few moments, you hear Ankita. Sleeper, have you located the target? A doubt enters your mind. Can you be sure he's here? No, hold. A confused silence at the other end. Maybe it is better that you confirm that Ashton is here before you call Ankita. You put the headset back in your pocket. Not yet. You need confirmation. You survey the route ahead. There is a direct route, a line of broken pillars that take you into the center of the structure. Or you could skirt around the pillars, keeping to the cover of the raised spine of the greenway, and work your way around. It'll take longer, but it is better concealed. You decide on the direct route and set off down the slope towards the first pillar. There is a thin track here, either an old serviceway that has become overgrown, or a new path made by those passing through. Ahead, the vast farm stacks glows a little. Some of its grow lights still functioning despite the decades since the collapse. The first shot rings out when you reach the pillar. It ricochets off the hard metal and rattles the undergrowth beside you, spraying up a burst of dirt. Take cover. You tuck yourself behind the pillar as a second shot sings off it, the sound echoing through the leaves. You don't dare check to see the shooter or for another hiding place. You just curl up and tremble in fear. What the hell are you doing out here? Under fire? How did things end up like this? It's time to call a professional. You shakily slot the headset into your ear, and the static starts up. Ankita speaks. Sleeper? I'm under fire. You're what? You hear the sound of something being slammed. Hold on. The line goes dead. You drop the headset and tuck yourself further in, hoping Ashton isn't moving to get a better shot. A couple more shots sound out before the greenway goes silent. The weight is painful. You dare not move. After what feels like a long time, you hear a noise from the undergrowth. Sleeper, hold there, don't move. She is crouched nearby, out of line of sight. He's shooting from the stacks? I think so. Quietly now, Sleeper. She meets your eye. Just come across the gap to me, quick and low. She beckons. Don't be scared. Oh, okay. You take a moment. Then you go, fast and low. Like Ankira said, you reach her without a single shot being fired. Good, says Ankira when you get to her. Seems like he's moved. We'd better go now, or we'll lose him. She sets off fast, without looking back. You try to keep up, reminded of your first encounter in the docks. You laugh a little to yourself at the absurdity of the situation. From following Ankira through a dock to following her into a gunfight. She turns and hisses for you to be quiet. Hej Enzo! Men hej gubben! Hej, vad gör du då? Hej älskling! Ja! Ja, hej på dig. Enzo came to say hi. Hi buddy, yes hello. Hej på dig gubben. Hej Enzo. Ja. Inte lika varmt nu. Ja. Inte lika varmt nu va? Ja. Ja, hej på dig. Hej på dig gubben. Hej på dig. Sorry, I'm just greasing Enzo. Alright. Up ahead, there's a faint glow from the collapsed stack, and Kira leads you around the side to a broken tank. You both step through the opening, trying to avoid the broken glass that sits among the moss and algae. You work your way up the slanted tank, and Kira setting a deliberate pace. Somewhere, water drips, and you swear you hear birdsong. Hanging plants catch the light, coating the place in a pale and sickly green. Ankira reaches the edge of the... Thank you. Hi, baby. Yes, I see you. I'm so sorry. Hi. Hello. Hi, buddy. Hi. I'm sorry. Did you guys hear that? Did you guys hear Enzo? What did he do? He stretched and did like, you know, the tired growl. Hi, buddy. Yes, hello. I see you. I see you. Crazy boy. You only heard Puff. Really? Hi. Hi. Hi, baby. Oh, you wanna come up here on my lap? Hi. Hi, buddy. Hi. What's the matter, sweetie? Huh? What are you doing? What's the matter? Hi, baby. He just wants some loving. Oh my goodness. And so what are you doing? What are you doing, sweetie? What are you doing? Are you gonna sit down here? Yeah. You're gonna sit here, baby. Oh. Hi. Hi, sweetie. He's being crazy. Shelsjuk. Yeah. Oh, look, those are my headset. Yes. Hello. Hello, buddy. Ugh. I'm so sorry. He's a little cuddle sick. Yeah. He wants to just cuddle a little bit. Yes, you do. Don't you? Yes, you do. Yeah. Hello, buddy. Hi. Hey, buddy. You're my buddy. You want belly rubs? Of course you do. Oh, and you want to bite my robe? Okay, of course you do. Hello, Tron. Welcome back. Hope you're having a lovely day. I'm sorry if it sounds like I'm away from the mic. Enzo is here and wanting to cuddle. Hi, buddy. Hi, buddy. Hi, sweetie. Hi. Hey. Yes, hello. He's looking at me with those puppy eyes. Oh, you're so cute. Yes, you're so cute. Hi. Hey. Hey. Your day has been amazing so far. How about yours? It's been good, thank you. Glad yours has been good. What have you been up to today? Oh, hi, Enzo. Those are my pants. Yeah, those are my pants. You can't bite my pants. You can't bite my pants. Oh, are you gonna sneeze? Are you gonna sneeze? Are you gonna sneeze? Hi. Hi. No, a sneeze. Oh, such a sneeze. Bless you. Yes, bless you. I am so sorry for this. It's so disruptive. Okay, he seems to have calmed down a little bit. Ankita reaches the edge of the tank, where it meets the central drum, and holds up a hand for you to stop. You inch forward and look over the edge. You had brunch with your sister, then had speech therapy, just got done with boying, and we played D&D in the evening. That's fantastic. I'm glad you had such a good day. Those are my pants, baby. You can't use those as a chewing toy. No. That's a loss. Bra! Yes, you're a good boy. You're a good boy. Yes. Hello, buddy. You had so much fun dancing for over 4 at a hip hop party on Saturday. Still brimming with energy. Hell yeah. That's awesome. I'm glad you had a good time. Okay, back to the game. The vast drum is like a cistern, with plants growing on all sides and wet mossy islands at its base. It is beautiful, and for a moment you can't see anything but tones of green. Then you see the sleeper. What? Huh? In a faint circle of light, descending down through the drum, the sleeper lies slumped at an odd angle. They are surrounded by crates, and beside them, on one of the mossy islands, there is an object. A cylinder set on a top. It is connected to the sleeper's head. You flinch. Are they one of the others? One of the ones that escaped with you? You squint, trying to recognize them. They are twisted, broken open, wrong. You look away. And so. Sorry. And Kira doesn't look at you. She doesn't look at the sleeper. She fixes her eyes on the object. That's Amber's ship mind, she says. And you suddenly recognize the cylinder. Wait. Who is Enzo? Enzo. You turn to Ankira to speak. She's already gone. She drops off the ledge at the tank and lands on one of the mossy islands, her armor letting out a hiss as it absorbs the impact. The shot hits her shoulder piece, the ceramic armor cracking but holding as she braces into the impact. Then she launches herself forward, the now activated armor launching her across the drum. Another shot goes wide before she reaches the cover of the crates beside the sleeper. Shit! Shit! You hear the shout from one of the tanks high on the far wall, and Kira reaches over and wraps a hand around the thick connection between the ship mind and the sleeper. What is she doing? What's this game about exactly? Also, how's your D&D going? My D&D is going great, thank you. This game is about writing your own story, I'd say, with dice rolls and narrative choices. It's a fantastic game. You play as one of these sleepers, they're called, and they are synthetic minds stored in robotic bodies, and you escaped the company SNR that made you and are now trying to make a living on this space station. You better come down here or I'll rip this right out of their head, she screams at the wall of tanks. You shiver at the suggestion. Stop. Quiet, sleeper, Ankira shouts. A shot rips through the moss beside you, filling your vision with green. The shooter must be somewhere on the other side of the tank. Do that again and I swear to God I'll rip their head off, Ankira shouts to them. Sleeper, you stay down. There's a long pause. All you can hear is the dripping water running down the walls of the drum. Then Ashton calls out. Enzo, vad gör du? Du ska inte vara där. Du ska inte vara där. Hör den. Nej, så. Så. Gå där. Jag går där. Så jag duktig. So, hey, good day. Citizen Sleeper makes you think of Resident Sleeper. It is, it's quite a, like, read-heavy game. So it's more like reading chat a book, I would say, than playing, like, an action-heavy game. This is the most action we've seen for, like, since we started this playthrough. Enzo, vad gör du? Enzo! Vänta! Vad gör du, gubben? Är du tokig? Är du tokig? Kom här. Enzo. Kom här. Se, nu är den borta. Se. Oh, goodness. Like, not in terms of gameplay, in terms of sounding like the emotes. Yeah, I know. Just a second, I need to get his toy out. Oh. Så, ligg. Ja, ligg. Ligg då, gubben. Ja, hej, jag ser dig. Ja, jag ser dig. Ja, jag ser dig, gubben. Hej. Ska du gå och lägga dig? Ska du ligga? You just want some attention right now. Just want to make sure that you didn't think I found this boring. No, that's okay. Even if you don't, I understand that others might find this boring, but I just find this so enjoyable. I just can't stop playing the game, and I love it. It doesn't want some attention once in a while. That's true. Everyone does, to some extent. Hej på dig. Är du tokig? Sitt. All right. I'm coming down, Ankira. Don't do anything stupid, for God's sake. He appears at the far side of the drum, stepping through the shallow water, rifle raised above his head. Drop the gun, Ankira shouts. He throws it down onto the moss as you... Nej men, Enzo! Fy! I'm sorry. Fucking Enzo. Enzo! You stupid fucking... Enzo! Sluta nu. Du får inte det. Just trying to get something from my paper bin. Waste bin. There you go. He throws it down onto the moss. As you lean out to watch, you see him catch your eye, clocking your presence. What are you up to here, Ashton, you sicko? She stands, keeping her sidearm trained on his head. You ripped my ship mine for what? Some freakish experiment? Ashton approaches with shaking hands, his eyes now fixed on the connecting bundle of wires that Ankita still has hold of. Steady, Ankita. It isn't like that. And neither the ship mind. You have to understand, they would have died without it. Myra getting bested by a dog. What are you talking about? I don't give a shit why you ripped my ship mine and crippled my ship. I should put you down right now. She tightens her grip on the connection. Typical of you, Ankita. No curiosity. Ashton smiles shakily. That's why I never asked for it. For your help. You only look after yourself. He nods at you. That sleeper up there. They are just bait, right? to draw me out. Ankita sucks a breath in. Are you trying to give me more reasons to shoot you? I love them, Ankita. Ashton looks at the crump. And so... Nay! 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 You can't eat my feet. What? How dare you? I've told you many times you can't eat my feet. Not allowed. Yes, not allowed. I'm sorry. Good. And so... No. No. What do you want, you dumb mutt? So, get out! Get out! Hit! Serious story progresses. Woof! Eats feet. Problem is that you say it like it's a challenge, not a rule. No, I don't. I love Enso sounds. In fairness, if I were your dog, I'd be trying to eat your feet too. Oh my god, yummy. Goodness. Okay. Let's try again. I love them, Ankita. Ashton looks at the crumpled sleeper. I love them, and they were going to die. I knew you would never understand that. He starts closing the gap between himself and Ankita now, slowly inching forward. Don't do that, Ashton, Ankita snarls. Don't do that. Let the wires go, Ankita. Let us go. If you don't get out of my way. He inches closer. Please. I can't let you take it, Ashton. Ankita hardens her stare. You stole it from me. You left me for dead. She shakes her head. You think I'm going to trust you after all that? I need it, Ankita. I need them to survive. Ashton is in reach of the sleeper now. Of Ankita. I'm going to take them now, Ankita. He raises a hand. I'm going to take the ship mine and go. Ankita loosens her grip on the connection a little. Her hand is shaking now. Stop, Ashton. She lowers the gun a little. Stop. Seeing her drop her guard, he makes his move. A blur of movement, a struggle, a shot, another. You recoil back behind the edge as they ricochet around the inside of the drum, the sound deafening you. When you crawl back to the edge, Ashton is bleeding in the water. The red and the green. Ankita is standing at the center of the drum, the severed connection in her hand. The water drips endlessly. Drip after drip after drip. You force yourself to look at the broken sleeper. There is no sign of life, of humanity. They are just another broken object among other broken objects. While all around, living things grow and thrive. Ankita finally looks back up at you, tears in her eyes. She begins to say something. Something that might be sorry, but you are already gone. Oh my god. Oh my god. My fucking heart. That hurts so much. Oh my god. Ankita. That was so horrible. Did your dialogue choices just kill that dude? I don't know, maybe. I think so. Oh my god. I think if I had taken the slow and hidden route, they might have lived. I think. Murder VT. Oh my goodness. If she needs to speak Swedish, I can't understand her insults when she reads my message, of course. Det där var svårt att läsa faktiskt. Gud. Jag vet inte vad... Gud. What should we do now? Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Aztec, why did you delete that message? Misclicking all over the place? What is this? Oh my god. Oh, right. Wanted to reply but accidentally pinned it. Then you wanted to unpin it but accidentally hit the delete button. Oh my god, Aztec. That's... Oh well. I'm not sure what... I'm feeling so melancholic after that scene with Ankita. That is really, really sad. Such good writing. And so, so sad. Wow. Let's see. Let's do this commune thing. Sleeper. Rico greets you without so much as looking up from her work. I have some of yours here. Come see. She beckons you over to a heavyweight-looking console, wired to a series of specimen jars, some of which contain your spores. What does it say? The spores you have here are a real cocktail. A selection of types from which the groves, from within the groves, but I've been able to isolate a few. She taps one of the specimen jars. Here we have Tricholoma matsutake. Rico breezes through the Latin and Japanese pronunciation as if it was nothing. A species Solheim somewhat modified for use on the station. She brings up a panel on her console, showing a chemical composition. All gradient bars and obtuse acronyms. This is the composition of the Solheim modified Matsutake spores. Modified? Yes, every species on the eye is a tweaked variant of Solheim's, of course, but that's not the point. Sorry. Rico brings up another panel, identical in layout, but with wildly different colors and numbers. You see, this is what your Matsutake spores looks like. Well, I don't understand. Look at the composition. They are totally different. Rico glances at the specimen jar as if it might have something to add. They are fundamentally the same spores, but they carry different chemicals, different signals. She leans back and sighs. Solheim may have introduced their own tweaked versions in the beginning, but the growths have, and still are, affecting them. Do they still grow? Exactly. She smiles. What I wondered. She moves to another desk, where two trays sit side by side. The first contains nothing but plant mulch. The second you smell before you even look at it. The pungent aroma of the fruiting matsutake like rotting, sodding overalls, laced with an edge of spice. The matsutake here are grown from Solheim stalks, pulled from a spore vault in this complex. She winks. They are delicious, by the way. She sets them aside. The empty tray is germinated with the spores you collected. No activity, no germination, nothing. But the growths are full. Yes, they are. Rico looks at you directly, and you suddenly realize how much she is enjoying this. So here is our puzzle, Sleeper. Spores from the growths won't grow in the lab, but gathering fruiting bodies from the growths is too unpredictable. We need to grow a fruiting body from some of these spores so we can track it, understand it. In short, I need you to become my mushroom farmer. Actually, I already started. Someone looking to get germinated, yeah? Tron, what? Rico looks impressed. Well, well, an eager mycologist. Mycologist? I'd never have guessed. I assume you set yourself up in the aviary. I've been eyeing that place up for its proximity to the groves. Bring me whatever grows, not just matsutake. There's more than a couple of variants in there, so I'll need plenty of samples. She plucks a matsutake cap from the tray. These little things are reflections of their conditions, their smell, their taste, their chemistry. It all derives from the conditions of their growth. She smells the cap. Enough of these and we'll have a picture of what is happening here. Of the ways in which this biosphere is modifying itself, or being modified, whichever the case may be. Rico pops the matsutake cap in her mouth, taking you by surprise. And don't worry, Sleeper, she says while softly chewing. If this turns out to be a dead end, I'll make sure that not a single mushroom will go to waste. Guess we'll just have to do this then. Do-de-do-de-do. Nice. Only 2 more. Oh. Do we need to go and see Ankira? Myra giving up mid-sentence. Shut it. Oh no. Ankira's gone. Oh. What the fuck? Come here, stray. And cycle. So me 80% of the time. So what are you playing as? Not a human, it sounds like. No. A sleeper, yes. A sleeper is a synthetic mind that's been copied from a real person who's now like in like a sleeping cell, I guess. A sleeping tank. That's why they're called sleepers. And we were placed into a robotic body, and we're basically an AI made from someone's mind. And we worked for this company, but the game starts with us having escaped that, like prison, basically. That is the company that we worked for, and we're now on the run. And yeah. So I'm really tired or something. I've not played this game before. Damn. Good insight, Tron. Good insight. Before we continue, I'm just gonna go to the bathroom real quick. So, I'll be right back. Hello, I am back. Uh-oh, Swedes better not drink any water for the rest of the day. Oh, shut up. By the way, why is the break part crossed out on the sign? Does that mean that Myra doesn't take a break to pee and instead is just in a constant state of gamer mode? What is wrong with you, Tron? What is wrong with your mind? You have such a weird fucking brain. Vad gör du ens? Gullig. Gullig. Ja, gullig. 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 He looks at me like, what are you saying? You want me to go lay down? Brain is in a constant state of tomfoolery. Of course it is. Of course it is. All right. Let's see. Futuristic settings like this always makes me want to think about how far out and extreme a system like capitalism could get. Will we get companies that rule entire planets? Perfect wealth inequality? As in single persons or companies attaining all money? The economy is turned on its head, so instead you trade debt? Capitalism will never get this far. Capitalism is bound to destroy itself because it requires constant growth and we cannot attain that. The world don't have the materials for that growth. And if we would continue on this path of constant growth, the world would just die before we could ever go off-world, I think. Reckon the moment a single person owns all money, it becomes worthless? Yeah, basically. It is required that the working class gets a bare minimum of money to invest into the economy and keep it growing, else the system stagnates and falls apart. And I think we're seeing the start of something new soon. And we have an ad break. Let's talk about capitalism some more. That's fun. That's always fun. Let's see. We obviously need a new system to live under. Or to live with, I should say. A start of something new, like endgame capitalism, you mean? No. Do you mean a system surpassing capitalism? I mean, we are seeing capitalism revealing itself to be not what everyone propped it up to be. And people are starting to see that. Normal people starting to see that. Not those who knew already, but those who were fed a lie. Hello from the capitalist hellscape, where they're trying to reintroduce child labor. Yeah. As you said, it's truly a hellscape. And so, vad gör du? And I think it will originate from the biggest advocates for capitalism in the world, the United States. Gotta admit, I can't see it ending anytime soon. For better or worse, capitalism is very resilient. It's not like any singular crash we've seen has ruined the system. It's more of steps back and forth to my eyes with no real progression. I think it hasn't been long enough for us to see that progression. I think there has been progression. More and more people are realizing and understanding the truth of the capitalist system. Here in Germany, we have workplaces for disabled people to work. Turns out they get 1/10 of the minimum wage and are basically just a disabled slave labor force, which is beyond fucked up. Yeah. I'm not surprised that exists. Basically the same here, but if you want to talk slave labor, let's get into for-profit prisons. Yeah, so the US has the largest slave labor population in the world, i.e. their prison population. Incarcerated prisoners, I mean. If the wealth inequality keeps growing, I reckon that less and less people will simp for people flaunting their wealth. We have already seen, like, a clash consciousness existing in the background with Linguini Macaroni doing what he did. Yeah. So we know it's there. So does the capitalists, the ruling class. They are scared and they are desperate to subvert that class consciousness. Bärplockare is also pretty much slave labor. Yeah, it is. Reckon that the left will focus less on identity politics and more on class consciousness as well. Well, I hope so. The left, I definitely stand with the left. I am a leftist, I'm a socialist. Oh, it came out. I uttered the forbidden words, but the left around the world has been, I wouldn't say defanged, but quite pushed down to a point where it will take something that rocks the foundation of the people of the world, the whole world's population, to bring forth the change we need. And I think we're seeing the start of that with the state of capitalism as it is now. It can only start here. Exactly. Starts here, starts there, starts everywhere. They're scared and they're pilfering as much as possible because that's what they know. Yeah. The continued growth of inequality is unsustainable, I agree. But I don't think that will end up with the system being upended. It will probably end in violence, but people are too comfortable with their way of life to change anything major. I don't think so. I don't think people are too comfortable. Majority of people I do not think are too comfortable. Because people are just now starting to realize what the world actually looks like. Dun dun dun. It won't be this generation that does it. It won't be last generation, it won't be the next. But if the world isn't engulfed in nuclear war, I think we'll see a change soon enough. Your host brother put it nicely. Society is just 3 meals away from a rebellion. Yeah. Yeah. Wish we live in a society where everyone had the mindset of working for everyone else's benefit instead of their own. Imagine having 8 billion people working towards your well-being. Imagine. But capitalism has worked really, really fucking hard to make sure that won't be a thing in the near future. And they can continue to work on that for as long as they need to. But as soon as they stop working, it all crumbles. Because I think at the end of the day, it's just our natural instinct to help each other. The majority of people here are tired, barely making it to each paycheck. If it isn't this generation, the world is toast, literally. Perhaps. We'll see. I think global equality isn't really possible unless we want to ditch our current system of paying for goods and services. Yeah, I think so too. And I do think that's possible. For sure. I mean, we have the wealth and technology to end world hunger right now. But we just don't. Well, not we. The ruling class just stop because it doesn't benefit them. So how this happens, we remove ourselves from their system and we reverse the flow. That could be a way of doing it. 30 to 40% of food is thrown away and we have people starving. Yeah. Capitalism depends on the illusion of scarcity to function. Exactly. Wow. This took a turn. I'm sorry. Should we continue the game, perhaps? So many people in the West are overweight. That is true. But I don't think that plays a major factor in it. Love this sort of discussion. No apology needed. Yeah, I love it too. I'm a horrible capitalist business owner. I buy items for like a cent and sell them for 3. Oh, I can't believe this. Oof. How could you, Yanni? Well, let's continue. Capitalism fixed. Hell yeah. I think that guy that was after us is coming now. I think. Or let's see. Where are they? $2,900% markup? What? The hub? Let's see. Let's go to Rabaya. I'm thinking. Nice. I'm thinking. Let's try this. Hopefully we'll get a good one. -1 energy. Let's do it again. Ah, nice. Listen, card shops that complain about the thin margins are lying to you. All shops that complain about the thin margins lie to you. You're working at your own business, but the fulfillment methodology drives false scarcity and you feel bad. But they could always buy from other vendors. That is true. Okay, let's see. Rabaya! This time, you meet inside Rabaya's office. Although now that you've seen it, office seems like the wrong term. You find her stood in an almost bare, shadowy unit, midway through a sequence of stretches. There are 2 low stools and a terminal in the corner, but it seems that most of the space is taken up by a heavy punching bag, rubber matting, and stack of weights. Oh my. When Rabaya turns to greet you, you realize she's missing an arm. The prosthetic she usually wears is set in a cradle near the terminal, a web of colored wires running to it. Updates, she says, noticing you looking where her artificial arm usually is. Nothing to worry yourself with. Sorry, Don't be. I'm sure you've been on the receiving end of more invasive stares than I ever have. It's either they're lying to you or they're bad at math. Most likely both. You both settle on the stools, Rabaya crossing her legs on top and sitting straight back. Gia told me you have been doing the rounds, collecting tithes, patrolling the ward. She smiles. Some of the enforcers are impressed, and I hear you handled a few difficult circumstances. Nicely done. I wanted to help. And you did. She closed her eyes for a moment. I hope you can see how things work here now. A strong yataghan means a strong low end. Both are woven into each other. I know that for you, life on the eye has been a struggle, but I hope we can do something about that from here onwards. Though some of our members may not see it this way, I know you too are a refugee. She looks at you solemnly. That is why you have come to us. Oh, Sabine! Enough, Rabaya. Sabine's voice cuts through the conversation. I am tired of listening to your affected nobility. They cross the room, Rabaya's baton in their hand, the end lit with sparking electricity. Rabaya looks between the two of you. I suppose this ambush was another cooperation between you two. She looks strangely unfazed. No, they are acting alone. Sabine pauses, thrown off for a moment by your renunciation. Rabaya takes this opportunity to act. She leaps from the stool and, fainting past Sabine, grabs the baton and twists it inward. She is by far the stronger, and she pushes Sabine to their knees, plunging the crackling end of the baton towards their chest. They freeze there, Sabine struggling to keep the crackling baton from their skin. Stop. Then you support them? Rabaya asks, her eyes not leaving Sabine. Your loyalties are so easily swayed. I thought you were more than Yannick's attack dog, Rabaya. Sabine spits back. Are you not able to think for yourself? Rabaya holds the baton strong, and for a moment you think she's about to hammer it down into Sabine's chest, but after a painful wait, she throws Sabine down instead and spins the baton in her hand, thumbing a switch and shutting it off in a single move. Rabaya, explain. They both look at you, each still catching their breath, as if they had forgotten about your presence. Explain what? How the moment I call my enforcers will come down here and take them away? Rabaya cracks her neck. You're lucky I didn't kill you. I would have had every right, she shouts, the anger a release of tension more than a threat. Sabine lifts themselves a little. Sorry, lip balm. Sabine lifts themselves a little, bruised from the fall. They roll onto their side and cough. Rabaya gives them some space, sitting back on the stool. Sabine props themselves up on their elbows and fixes Rabaya with a hard stare. You have something to say? Rabaya taunts. Say it. This is your final opportunity. Because after this, she laughs. No coming back. Sorry, I need some water. Lying and bad at math? That means thick Martians. Oh my goodness. What's the point? Sabine breathes heavily. She refuses to listen to criticism of the great Yatagan project. Rabaya collects herself. Speak. She folds her arms and waits to be convinced. Sabine takes a breath, organizing their thoughts. They go to start, pause, then decide on another approach. Eventually, they say it. Yannick is a traitor. Rabaya immediately flinches, her eyes going to her prosthetic arm, her muscles clenching, but she writes it out, more eager to prove Sabine wrong than she is to hurt them, at least for now. When I came here from SNAP, they glance at you, gouging your reaction. It was Yannick who was one of the first to support me, to look after me. I should have known then, but I was naive and afraid. Sabine turns to you. Sleeper. They take a breath. I know that I should have told you I worked for SNAP long ago, but I thought you would abandon me, and you are my final friend. What you should know is that I left SNAP because I was running for my life. I leaked documents on the sleeper program, on the illegal and immoral practices it relied on, to the press. SNAP wanted me dead, and I fled as far as I could to this refuge at the edge of the surrogate systems. Sabine stops to collect themselves. What does this have to do with Yannick? Rabaya interrupts. The sleeper knows you're SNAP. I told them. And while you hide beneath the cover of being a whistleblower, you and I both know you worked on the sleeper program. Yannick told me as much. Sabine's face falls. It is true. They glance at you and then away, ashamed. Good luck, Tron. Thank you for lacking. They lift their head. But it is Yannick, Not me, who's in the pocket of SNR. Rabia flinches again. I can prove it. He made some kind of deal to keep me here, to tie me up in debt, to lock me away. In exchange? Rabia slams her hand on the desk. Just tell us, for God's sake. In exchange for those. Sabine finishes, nodding towards Rabia's prosthetic arm in its cradle. He has been using Yatagan enforcers, using you, as test subjects for SNOP technology. I have the data to prove it. He has been bringing them in under the guise of stolen shipments and having me fit them, knowing each one is capturing data and sending it back to its makers. Rabia's fixed expression has started to fade. Sabine produces a slate. It's all here. Thousands of hours of usage data, failure rates, error dumps. These are untested implants, Rabia. They can short out, fail, case cascading failures across the person's body. And they have. Sabine suddenly looks incredibly tired. I thought the error rate in the units was down to them being stolen or modified. I have tried to fix hundreds of failures in my time here. Not all of them. They stop, unable to continue. Rabia closes her eyes and breathes in. Then she opens them again. She holds out a hand to Sabine. Show me, she says. Later, much later, when you leave, Sabine is still taking Rabia through the manifests and usage data. Both of them crowded around the terminal as Sabine leads Rabia through each layer of Yannick's betrayal. As you leave, Sabine catches your eye, and something passes between you two. Something like a thank you, or a sorry, some other expression that communicates both sadness and hope. One upgrade point. Okay. Buyer's office. Alright, now we have to wait for 3 cycles. Okay. Matsutake broth. We need to get that. We also need to do this. Right. The distillery. And the side rail bridge to Haven Age offices. Now what the fuck am I gonna do with the ship mine fragments? I can sell the scraps, I guess. God damn it, Ankita. End cycle. This is getting really interesting. It's been interesting. It's just getting even more interesting. And it seems we can do this without any fear? Without any fear of being caught by this mercenary, it seems. Oh. Very nice. Wait, huh? Fine. Nice. Got some nice stuff. Empty container. What about you? You're still okay. Let's do you, I think. Yes, yes, yes. Random scrap item. Okay, sure. That's nice. I wonder if I can get ship mine fragments from that. Oh my god, it's down to 64. Hell yeah. That's great. Actually. No. But here. Let's get some more money. There we go. And then we can... I think we need to buy some food before we go. Wait. No, can't buy from there anymore. Alrighty. And... and end cycle. There we go. Very good. Okay, one more cycle and then we can do that. We still need the Matsutake thingies. Why gyro caps? Why only gyro caps? Sure, let's do this. Spend it on this. Matsutake and club head caps. What is that? Oh my goodness. An upgrade points. Hell yeah. Guess we can re-roll dice. Oh. And Kira. Oh, we have an ad break. Okay, we'll wait for the ad to stop before we do the Ankira stuff. Oh my god. I didn't think... I thought we would... I thought she had left. Oh no. Oh my goodness. This is kind of scary, honestly. Let me see. It's not like... God. Also, what am I supposed to do with this? So let me see here. No, never mind. Nothing there. We'll wait for the ads to stop and then we'll do the Ankita thingy. I'm still kind of sad from that whole thing. Okay, are we ready? I think we're ready. You spot Ankita on the track to the farm stack. She has a box on her shoulder, is working her way down the slope. She sees you as she approaches. Neither of you speak for a moment. She looks tired, pale, her hair tangled and clumps of dirt clinging to her armor. You both eye each other. Ankita. She holds up a hand. Sleeper. She takes a deep breath. I'm sorry for what happened. Truly I am. She looks down. I'm sorry you ended up in the middle of this, when all you have shown me is kindness. She rubs her face. I'm sorry. For that sleeper, that... She stares at the floor. I'm sorry. She looks up and away, not meeting your eye. It's okay. She nods, then looks up at the stars. I've never... She stops herself. Thank you. Ankita shifts the weight of the box on her shoulder. I've been preparing for... She grimaces. Look. She sighs. Can you come with me? It's easier if you don't. Ankita leads you down the dirt path between the pillars. There's a wind passing through the greenway, a quirk of the air currents the biosphere maintains, and it ruffles the leaves softly. The sound makes the silence more obvious, more complete. You try not to think of the last time you were here. You've been trying not to think of it for the past few cycles. The image of the sleeper, sprawled, twisted open, connected to the ship mind, has been hard to forget. You realize Ankita is leading you back there, back into the drum at the center of the stack. You pause, trembling a little at the threshold. She turns. What are you doing? She looks at you with empty eyes. What needs to be done? You stand on the threshold and look up at the tanks, green and wet, some glowing with flickering grow lamps. You look down at Ankita, suddenly so small under this hulking ruin, the smallest she has ever looked. She places the box down. You follow Ankita into the stack through a low tank, entering the drum at ground level. It is just as beautiful as you remember, but it barely touches you. Instead, you check the apertures of the tanks for the glint of a weapon or a shadow among the moss. This is actually kind of hard to read. Ankita stops, and you look down. The mossy island at the center of the tank is clear now. The equipment's cleared away. In its place is a mound of dirt, loosely covered with moss. Ashton's rifle stands straight, half buried in the dirt at the grave's head. I buried them together, Ankita says without turning. You both stand there in silence for a little while. You think of questions you could ask about Ashton, about the sleeper. I'm actually getting kind of emotional at this. You realize that those questions don't matter anymore. The water drips, the moss trembles. You both stand in silence for a while longer. You both feel it. Life creeping back in, the silence ending. And Kira shifts her weight and then starts to walk out. You follow her, suddenly eager to be back out in the open space of the greenway, to be away from this place forever. You stand outside and breathe the fresh air. You stare at the green leaves and the stars wheeling above them. That's it, says Ankita from somewhere behind you. You try to think of something to say, but can't. Ankita puts her hand on your shoulder. You turn back to her. At least take this. She forces a handful of crypto chits into your hand. It's what I owe. She looks at you desperately. You look down at the metal bars. Ugly little things, you think. Fuck. Fuck. You take the chits and turn without saying a word. You continue up the track, and she does not follow. As you walk up the rise, the wind picks up and the leaves shudder. You walk faster, trying to outpace your anger. The chits are heavy in your pockets, and you hate them for reminding you of how little a life is worth. Fuck me. That actually hurts. I regret taking those chits. That sucks. That really does suck. Wow. Okay. Let's, I'm sorry. I was, not expecting that. Oh, wrong one. Okay. Might have to end it here, honestly. That was really hard to read. Oh my god. Okay. I was really not expecting that. Let me see. That's Yatagan, right? That's Haven Age. Okay. Haven Age 2. A Yatagan agent has the one. There we go. Oh my god. I think I just wanna get out of this place. Fuck's sake. That feels so absolutely garbage. Might as well buy two, I guess. Okay. Yeah, I think I am gonna end it here because that was heavy as fuck. I'm so sorry. I'm just not feeling it right now. After that, I'm so sorry. Yeah, let's go ahead and end it here. Again, I'm really sorry. It's a really short stream today. I was not expecting such a heavy hit today. I'm gonna go cry. I hope you all had a good time at least until that happened. But I will see you guys again tomorrow. Wait, oh, God, fuck me. Why did I? Okay. I will see you guys again tomorrow. We will be, let me see. We'll be, oh yeah, we'll be doing some map making tomorrow and hopefully get some coloring done. But until then, I hope you all have a lovely day. And please take care of yourselves and each other. Have a wonderful rest of your evenings. I love you all very much. Bye bye.